both of these guys have been through military service too, so that's like extra bonus riding on this. Let's hop in the Pillars of Gold for map number 1. We're spawning in the lower left-hand corner is our blue Terran player. Representing Brave Star Gaming, it is Dream. His opponent in the upper right, the infallible red Terran, is Byun, the fan favorite. Everybody loves Byun. People have been waiting for him to come back from his military service since the moment he left. And despite the fact that, yes, both of these guys in Korea serve their mandatory military service. If you're not familiar, in Korea, every single person has to go to military service. And there's a lot of different things you can do, but you need to serve at least, I think it's 18 months at this point, something like that. I think it used to be 2 years, but it's around there. Both of these guys did that, and that used to be considered kind of the end of a pro gamer's career, right? If you were a pro gamer, you could defer your military service for a few years, but eventually you'd have to do it. And usually, that signaled your retirement. Now, StarCraft has been around a long time, so now we've got guys coming back from military service and saying, hey, you know what? I want to see if I'm still good. We had Fantasy do that, and he was still pretty damn good. Played for a little bit, ended up, I think now he, I don't know, probably coaches League of Legends or something, because that's what always happens. And we had DRG came back not too long ago. But the really exciting one for me has actually been Dream. And I talked about this the last time I cast Dream. I'm going to just take a quick second before I talk about this once again to point out the fact that Dream went double gas, so his factory is going to be up before CC. And Byun went for just a Reaper expand. So we might see some pressure come out of Dream here. Marine get some good shots up. Oh, and the Reaper's going to be able to catch this. Imagine making Reapers against Byun, dude. Just imagine. That was beautiful play from Byun. But what's exciting to me about Dream is that before his military service, I didn't know who Dream was. There wasn't like a big announcement, Dream's retiring, he's going to military service. Dream was a player in Pro League. If you followed Pro League, I'm sure you knew who he was. He's a pretty solid Terran player. Byun, he opens Reaper Expand, and he kills a Reaper and then kills an SCV on the other side of the map. It's insane. Pure insanity. Got double Hellion coming up back at home to defend the counter push here. What's exciting to me about Dream is so far he's the only player to go to military service, come back, start playing StarCraft again, and become a better player than he was before. He went to military service early, a lot earlier than other pro players did. And that's been a big blow to him, because I think he's still able to improve a lot. Byun in a little bit of trouble here. The two Reapers making this really difficult for him. He's got another couple of Hellions about to pop, and he should be able to push this away once that happens. Oh, does not want to push down that ramp, though. Trying to repair these Hellions up. There's only one Hellion left. Ooh. Couple more SCVs going down here. Dream keeping the pressure on, not letting Byun get this low ground for free. Getting one more SCV. It looks like he's going to lose these Hellions, or lose the Reapers, but, oh man, getting even more worker damage done. Really nice trades there for Dream. Let's take a look at the trades. Yeah, solid trades, I'd say. 5 SCVs is a big deal. Because Dream had the later CC, so he should be down in SCVs, but pretty good for him. We've got Cloak Banshees here for Byun. First one already heading across the map. Raven on the way for Dream, though, so Cloak won't be the challenge. Just the Banshee part of it might be the challenge. He doesn't have a lot that shoots up at the moment. Hellion's going to try to come in. The tank says, probably not. No. Not so much with that. Marines are going to have to go into the main base to deal with this. is a scan available. Dream's trying not to use the scan, though. He wants to scare the Banshee without the scan. He wants to just use the Raven and be able to drop a Mule. This Banshee's getting a crazy amount of damage done, though. And again, the detection is not the issue. What is the issue is the things that shoot up. Marines without stim, they're just not great against Banshees. And this one's just going to fly straight on through into that mineral line once again. Gonna supplement her sister's kills. The Raven leaves, and then this one cloaks and comes back in. Oh my god. This is beautiful play from Byun. And Dream's really struggling. Dream, who did some decent damage in the early part of this game, is all of a sudden down 12 workers. Third CC halfway done for Byun, and nowhere in sight for Dream. Dream's going to try to move across the map. He's got a handful of units here. I don't know if it's enough, though. He does have Ravens, so he might have enough energy to shut down that tank. And shutting down tanks is... that's a pretty big deal. I actually don't like this Raven going this way. I feel like if he's going to harass, it should be this Raven dropping down an auto turret. I don't know. Maybe that's not the plan. Maybe that's not the plan. Aliens get caught, but they do spot this push moving across. Byun has a Raven as well. He can shut down something of Dreams. Dream shuts down one of the tanks, the low ground tank, and he scoots around this high ground tank. Byun gonna lift the CC, but Dream has found himself in a fantastic position. He's got a third CC on the way on the backside as well. Byun moving a tank into position here. Auto turret's going down. Byun wants to clear this. I don't know if he has enough to do it, though. Oh, my God. Byun really trying to move down here, but this tank is blocking the second tank. He's lifting the natural command center. The Vikings here are really helping Byun. Oh, that scan is so frustrating. And Byun is not mining from this natural. So much lost mining time. Look at this huge dip in income towards Dream. This SCV's got to be so careful. One step out of line, one toe out of line, and the tanks will just smash them. And Dream putting another tank in an even more annoying position. Now, Byun's going to be able to clear this eventually. I love that Dream keeps reinforcing it, but I don't know if it's a great idea. Oh my god, the Raven's coming in to drop auto turrets. Tank survives by the skin of its teeth, courtesy of those SCVs with the full repair. Finally, Byun gets out a Liberator, the one thing that Dream absolutely can't deal with right now. Dream will just back up, allow Byun to take this base. Byun's probably going to try to take a third pretty quickly here, but in the meantime, Dream has taken back that economic lead and is going to maintain a lead here, even after Byun starts to get back to mining. So, a really nice start for Byun. Turns back on its head a little bit with a great push from Dream, keeping that pressure on. Byun is ahead in upgrades. His 1-1 has started already. Dream just finishing those eBays. Liberator going to try to come over and do a little bit more harass damage. Byun is down 10 workers at the moment, so this Liberator has a lot of work to do, especially since this third CC is just now floating over. Let's take a look at the units here. 6 tanks to 3. Dream really ahead in that regard. And in the meantime, he's been building Vikings, so the Viking count is actually in Dream's favor now. I was going to say the one thing that Byun had going for him in that hold was having the Viking lead. But Dream is not going to let him get away with it that easily. Down goes the Liberator, and that'll let Byun know that he is down in Vikings. He needs to make a decision. Does he keep trying to contest the Viking count, the air control? Or does he focus on just getting a few medevacs out and keeping his ground army stronger? Right now, Dream's got everything going for him. The only thing I can find for Byun is that his upgrades are a little bit earlier, but like 20 seconds. It ain't enough to make me real stoked on Byun's position here. But the longer we go into the game, the more this becomes, I mean, just a long TvT. And long TvTs are a lot more about your positioning out on the maps, your trades. I mean, you know, I say it all the time, positioning is king in TvT. Where your tanks are, where your marines are, can be significantly more important than how many of each of those you have. Having more just makes it easier to get the position that you need. Byun, realizing it's not looking good, decides to back up. Dream not going to chase too far. Probably wants to take this 4th base pretty soon. Yeah, I think Dream's just in a very, very good position right here. As long as he doesn't make any massive mistakes, I think he should be able to take it down. Oh, Byun. Supply block there for a second. Just a little bit. It's alright. Happens to the best of us. Dream, or Byun wants to come kill this sensor tower. Dream's got a siege tank at the sensor tower, which isn't actually going to protect him. Oh, yeah, the Marines will do it. This SCV repairs the siege tank up. This is beautiful. I mean, that's just incredible. Dream has perfect vision. The sensor tower goes all the way to the edge. Does it go all the way to the edge? It's a little hard to tell. I feel like it does. I feel like it does just scoot the edge. I don't think you can go around it with a medevac. Byun goes into sensor tower range. Scans to see what's here. Dream's moving into position. Dream's got a huge air force. But huge air force, not that fantastic against Marines. So you still have to be careful. Dream moves around and actually forces a cancel on this 4th base. The longer this game goes, the better it gets for Dream. Liberator pushing away these siege tanks. Gets 2 of them. Dream trying to take advantage of that moment of unsiege. Has the anti-armor missile on everything. And supplies are still relatively even. But Byun just taking bad trade after bad trade. Losing his whole army now to the landed Vikings. Again, the army supplies, the supplies in total are actually fairly even. But Dream on 4 bases. And Byun, it doesn't even have a 4th CC finish. It's only halfway done. And the longer this game goes, the worse that's going to get for Byun. His upgrade lead that he had earlier is now a slight deficit. As Dream was able to catch up during that 2-2. Oh my god, in this base. He could just go for that base. Byun is so far out of position right now. Byun does have, oh my god, a massive Doom drop. He's going to try to go into this base here. The tanks getting some decent shots off on the backside. SCV's pulling off the line. Liberators thought about sieging up, decided better of it. And while Dream's got this 4th base dislodged, he's killing the 4th CC of Byun. And he's finding a fantastic position here on Byun's 3rd. And Byun is going to get cleaned up on this side of the map. It is only a matter of time, and that time is now. The other side, though, I don't know how Byun clears this. And I think this is the beginning of the end. 3rd base is gone. 3rd CC is lifted. 4th CC is dead. Byun just trying desperately to hold on and defend. His main CC is flying over to take as another base. 18 SCVs have fallen. This base is not a planetary. So Byun's going to get on top of it, kill a bunch of SCVs, bringing Dream down to actually less workers than Byun is at. So Dream's economy went from really damn solid to shaky as all hell. But his army supply, look at his army supply, 140 supply. Byun has a sizable army as well, but the air superiority goes heavily to Dream. He's got the tank count here, 13 tanks for Dream. Byun trying to go for another counterattack. Tank sieging up a bit late, but Dream has just so much here that while Byun took a pretty solid trade there, he's still going to end up losing the majority of this. There's another tank even to fall back to. And Dream is continuing to pressure with just a mean force over here. GG gets called as Dream gets on top of that third base and takes game number 1. I gotta say, the early part of that game was really, really back and forth. Little bits of damage here, little bits of damage there, then a lot of damage here. But Dream eventually swung it in the big way. Like, harassment can be really good. You know, the Hellions jumping in, the Reapers jumping in, the Banshees coming back over for Byun. That harassment's really good. But what Dream ended up doing was getting a really solid position with his Marine tanks, right? And Marine tank is the bulk of Terran. That's what you go for. Get into Vikings and Liberators, absolutely. Other stuff too, I'm sure. Marine tank, that is the bread and butter of TvT. It really is the essence of TvT. And Dream was able to gain a lead with that first. And that is often what decides a TvT. And a lot of times it could have ended right there, but Byun was able to hold on. He struggled a little bit, but he got back to what I would call a fairly even game for a little while. But that advantage Dream had, he never lost it. Byun was never able to force him into a position to take a really bad fight. So Dream was able to take it. Now let's hop into Death Aura here for game number 2. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner is Brave Star Gaming's Dream in the blue. And his opponent in the red in the upper left. Teamless. Because he rolls without a team. He don't need no team. It's Byun. Byun getting a little bit cheeky over here. With the barracks out on the map. Now last game, Byun opened Reaper Expand. And it was Dream who opened Double Gas. Now, against this kind of, any sort of proxies, the Double Gas opening's the safer opening. So, for Dream, this is definitely the ideal way to open. It looks like, oh, okay, hold on. All right, I'm saying that, but we got a second gas here from Byun. So he's going to be building a factory out on the map as well. I guess he could build the factory back at home, but I feel like it's going to be out on the map. Dream does not get the scout off here.
SCV ready.
All right, Tech Lab. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. What is this build from Byun? This is a very specific build, and I'm not 100% familiar with it. Concussive Shell Marauders. Okay. Concussive Shell Marauders are great against Reapers and Hellions. Dream's going to scout the other side of the map. He scouts. He only scouted one gas. Oh my god, this is actually really important. He doesn't know how many gases there are. If there's one gas with this could be some sort of just cheeky single proxy racks. But with 2 gases, this has to be something different. The factory's going up back at home for Byun. Concussive Shell almost done. It's one of the quickest upgrades in the game. Actually, it might be the quickest upgrade in the game. I wonder. Are there any upgrades quicker than Concussive Shells? It's an incredibly fast upgrade, and I never think that about any other upgrade, so maybe it is. All right, so this is actually not super committed here for Byun. He's going to float the barracks over. No CC. Dream is building Marines up, trying to get a decent army together. He's actually got a starport on the other side of the map. It looks like maybe he's going to do a proxy liberator, which is fantastic. I'm going to be really strong against this. Dream sends an SCV down. That SCV scouts exactly what this is. And similar to how Proxy Immortal works, Byun's just going to try to deal some damage to the supply depot, but Dream is not letting him have it. He's not going to make it that easy. He's pulling down SCVs. He wants to clear this up. SCV going to see on the other side of the map that there is a CC being built. Gonna find out the hard way that there's a Hellion here. This depot's really nice. There's still absolutely nothing to shoot up for Byun. Looks like one of the Marauders goes down. Second Marauder will fall shortly thereafter. Down it goes. Dream gonna plop down a CC. All right, the Cyclone's about halfway done. Starport just now finishing. Byun's gonna have to pull all his workers off of mining here. And this is, I mean, this is just brutal. Ooh, Hellions and Reaper hitting on the other side as well. Reaper gonna come up and try to do some SCV damage in the meantime. This is so much lost mining time. The Cyclone will clear this Liberator. I almost would prefer the Liberator to just sit on the mineral line, but his doesn't matter either way. 4 SCVs go down on Byun's side of the map. A delay on the CC by a good margin and a lot of lost mining time. Byun's CC is still gonna be ahead of Dream's. When Dream is just gonna drop the tech lab right here. Keep the pressure on a little bit. He's got those Marines to help with DPS. Second Cyclone gets out though. Medevac gonna take the lock on. Oh, the Cyclone gets caught. Gets that SCV. Byun left with 1 Cyclone alive, but that'll be it for now. Dream continuing to pressure. Going into Banshees, is he gonna get cloaked with this? I guess is the next question. There is Cloak and Banshees for Byun. Banshee gonna be close to spotting this, but not gonna be able to see it. Just a couple of hexes away. Oh, and Dream wants to keep the pressure on, man. Byun continuing to make Cyclones, though. And all these units on this side of the map for Dream means he's not gonna have anything to defend against Cyclones back at home. Or against Banshees, rather, back at home. He spotted this, so he's got to know the Banshees are coming. And the first one's going to start hitting. And there's, again, just nothing to defend. A couple of Marines nearby. But even 2 Marines isn't really that scary. Dream, in the meantime, is just going to fight Cyclones here on the high ground. A lot of SCVs going down for both sides. Nice pickup there from Dream. Scans and gets this Banshee, but Byun using a nice defensive Banshee here. Cloak on the way for Dream. Okay, this is weird. He's just going to keep making Banshees from this proxy. He starts Cloak after the first Banshee dies. Feels very strange to me. The worker count, after all is said and done, is actually in Byun's favor, 34 to 30. He's had that CC for quite a bit longer, so it's not too surprising. Man, this is a slugfest early game TvT. This is insane. Byun gonna try to get some damage done with another Banshee. Scan goes down before the Cloak can have it. Oh! Those last 2 missiles actually connecting with the Banshee there. That was very, very close to Byun getting away with that Banshee, but no such luck. Byun's got another Banshee coming. Dream gonna try to do some counter Banshee harass. A lot of Cyclones here for Byun. Now he's going into siege tanks. He has a turret in this mineral line. Oh, turret in this one as well. Oh my god, where are the Cyclones? Dream, what did you do with them? Oh no, dude. Nothing to defend against these Banshees. Just a handful of Marines. Are kind of the worst things to defend against Banshees. This Banshee, God, 11 kills. And just keeps going. Dream trying to get damage on the other side of the map, but it's really just not working for him. These turrets being too good. 5 SCVs go down, but Dream ends up down 11 workers. Once again, this is looking extremely similar to last game. The only difference here is that Dream doesn't have a big ol' army that he can use like he did last game. Oh, there must not be a scan available, so that tank goes down. And that's a big part of the defense here for Byun. Banshee at 6 hit points, trying to bait a scan. Scan goes down. Oh my god. Dream is going to lose this Banshee. He absolutely didn't need to lose. Lucky for Byun. 1 scan catches both of those Banshees. Finally, this tech lab going to get taken out. It looks like another Banshee came in and got 6 more kills. Byun is up so many workers now. Third CC on the way for both players. Byun hasn't realized this one isn't gonna finish yet. There he is. There he goes. He realizes it. Hooks it up. Stim on the way. I feel like Byun's in a great spot this game. He's up economically. We take a look at the units. He's got a tank over his opponent. He doesn't have any Ravens. That's actually a big deal. He does have Vikings, but 3 Ravens. A 4th Raven on the way for Dream. Dream ain't messing around, dude. He's going hard on the Ravens. I can't believe there's another Banshee. How many Banshees? 5 Banshees for Byun, 4 Banshees for Dream. That's 9 Banshees in this TvT. As many Banshees as there have been minutes. How often do you see that? Not very. Dream gathering his forces. He should have just 1 interference matrix. He could drop auto turrets and go in for a big hit. Got a lot of auto turrets available. But with the Vikings here, with the Cyclones, and with the Marines, it's going to be really tough to get any spells off. And I don't think Dream can really put any pressure on here. He doesn't have the Viking lead. That goes to his opponent. He's got the Raven lead, but he can only do so much with it. And the Vikings come over, they snipe off one of the Ravens. Cyclone's trying to lock on, get some damage done as well. Scan goes down to see that Dream is also taking a 3rd base, but Dream's down 20 workers. He needs to either get something done here or turtle up back at home and hope that Byun isn't able to get any damage done to him, because Dream's in a world of trouble right now. I really hate that he's out on the map like this. Ooh, it's so scary. Byun went for a big stim, but didn't commit to it. I think thankfully for Dream. It almost feels like Dream can't leave. He's being told right now that he can't leave. Like, Byun's the ghost, and he gave Dream a chance. He was like, get out. And Dream was like, no, I'm sticking around. And then like 20 minutes later in the movie, Dream's like, okay, I want to go home. I want to leave. And the ghost is like, nah, dude, I gave you a chance. Every time Dream unsieges, Byun is like, oh, I'm going to stim and kill you. I'm going to stim and kill you. I love this from Byun. Just sending a couple of Cyclones across. They're really quick moving units, and they're going to start doing some more worker damage. Remember when I said Dream needs Byun not to be able to do damage to him? Well, that's the kind of damage I was talking about. Just a little bit of worker damage. Dream not able to find anything on the other side of the map. Taps out. Byun ties the series up 1-1. Ooh. My throat is sore, guys. Too much talking. These games have just been too good. Let's go to game 3. We're going to Oxide. I can't believe that we watched the round of 16 and then the round of 8. And those are just such sick matches. The winner of this faces the winner of Mana Solar. I don't know if that's finished yet. Actually, as I refresh the bracket, Mana took out Solar 2-0. Yeah, Mana crushing it right now. Took out Geralt as well. Some nice victories there for our boy Mana. So the winner of this faces Mana in the semifinals. The other semis is Zaun versus Cham. But first, we've got to finish this series up. We're tied up 1-1. We're heading into Oxide. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner for Brave Star Gaming. It is our blue Terran player, Dream. And his opponent in the lower left-hand corner in the red trunks. It's Byun. Now, the thing about Byun is I think Byun was the only player that I've seen, and maybe this has happened to other players historically in StarCraft. Byun is the only player that I've seen that when he was going to military, he was... everybody was saying, oh, he's going to come back. We all knew Byun was going to come back after military. Usually, again, it's kind of a retirement. You know what I mean? And maybe a player comes back, but we haven't seen much success from players who have. So it's kind of a retirement. But with Byun, the hype around his return was insane. And I think that's really cool, actually. Like, I know maybe it was kind of annoying at the time for a lot of us, but I think it was really cool that, you know, a couple months before he was coming back, everybody was like whispering, Byun is the top accounts on the ladder. Guys, Byun, he's all 3 top accounts on the ladder. He's coming back, guys. Byun, he's gonna come back and he's just gonna bop everybody. Now, I think most of us realistically expected Byun to come back and look pretty damn good. But not bop at everybody, you know? And that's kind of what happened. Byun came back. He was in good shape. Better shape than anybody who I think is just gotten out of military service. And with most players, with Dream, with DRG, it takes a while. It takes a few months, maybe a year to get back into shape. Byun came back already in that level of shape. He was already, boom, he qualifies GSL as soon as he came back. And that kind of hype was just so fun to watch and like be a part of. And, you know, I didn't expect him to like win GSL right out the gates, but he was playing very, very well, looking really damn good, and he can only go up from here, right? Now in this game, we see Dream once again going for the factory before CC. Byun this time doing that very same thing. This is kind of the standard TvT opening. If you want to try to edge out and be a little greedy, you'll go Reaper Expand, but this right here is stock standard TvT. It's like it's the vanilla ice cream of TvT, but it's a good build. So it's like vanilla bean. You guys ever eaten vanilla bean ice cream? Not just regular boring ass vanilla ice cream, or French vanilla, which is lame. Vanilla bean ice cream. I could just eat that by itself. It's so good. I love vanilla bean. Now Byun gonna try to attack, but Dream with the defensive posture here should be able to take a good trade. And Byun, he has great micro, but that attack was doomed from the start. I do not like that he ran up that ramp. And now, a little danger of a counterattack. He's actually evacuating the low ground, which I think is very smart. He's going to wait for the Cyclone to come out, get a couple Marines out. Yeah, that attack was ill-fated. Dream realizing that Byun is taking this seriously isn't going to pressure too hard. Byun will be able to retake his low ground. Both players just macroing up now. We got Ravens coming out. Excellent TvT units. We've seen some players go really heavy on Ravens. Actually, Dream in the last game was really heavy on Ravens, but he was already in not a great position. I don't like it. This is very interesting. I did not notice that medevac coming out. Dream's actually going to drop in the main base. SCV's getting pulled off the line here. Nice lock on onto the medevac. Should be able to get it, or at least force it to just run away. Dream trying to trade with the Marines as best he can before he loses everything. Medevac gets away with a few hit points. 4 SCVs going down. Dream taking the worker lead after that one. We take a look at the income graph. Got a bit of a bump there when Byun pulled his workers up to the high ground, and a big bump here. A lot of lost mining time, a few workers going down. So a nice opening from Dream so far. Defends the first attack, gets some good damage done with his drop. And keeping an eye on the units tab, it's extremely similar units-wise. So, yeah, I gotta say, good opening for Dream, and well, he feels like he has the freedom to just take this third base on location. Doesn't think Byun's gonna be pushing out anytime soon with the units he has, and well, he's right. Byun's not going anywhere right now. Byun ain't going nowhere. More more barracks coming up. We don't see E-base just yet for either player. I'm not going to get on those upgrades too soon, focusing more on the actual unit producing structures. Byun looks like he wants to move out a little bit now, but Dream is right here. Dream spots this move out. We're gonna have scans on both sides. Neither player has any Vikings, so the air battle is just Ravens right now. Oh, Dream's gonna go in for the harassment. Auto turrets. Drops one of them to force the pull off the line and be able to grab 3 SCVs here. Byun trying to circumnavigate with a handful of Marines. That is a ballsy move. But it might pay off because Dream has not spotted this at all. Dream's trying to pull back right now, but this third base is completely exposed to these stim Marines. The Marines are going to go for the SCVs. In the meantime, more auto turrets dropped in the mineral line. Oh my god. Byun getting a lot of damage done over here. Looks like he will get cleaned up, forced to pull back. Worker count after that is still in Byun's favor, or still in Dream's favor, excuse me, because Dream has that third CC ready and on location. He was up in workers before, but it's a little bit closer than it was as Byun gets a little more damage done. Army's looking very similar. Let's take a look. We got 2 Ravens here for Dream. Neither of them really has any energy. Byun on 1 Raven, but it's full energy. That is a full energy Raven right there, my friends. So that's pretty solid for both players, and it's all right. The longer it goes, the better it's going to get for Dream. So he'll be able to shut down tanks or drop auto turrets. Spot a Marine, does its job, spots. This army is coming. Oh man, and the Vikings come out for Dream, so he's able to snipe off the Raven. A little bit of an anti-armor missile goes off, but it is not a good one. Tanks are here for Dream. Byun trying to push, but I do not like this for Byun at all. He'll be able to take out the sensor tower. That's pretty nice. Actually, with the scan, takes out a tank down here. The tank is shut down, though, so he loses one of his own. Loses the second one, and now Dream's going to stim his Marines. He's going to come in for the fight. Oh, Byun picks up one of those tanks to get out of there. He's got to be so careful of the Vikings, though. Does he have any tanks to fall back to? No, the tank. There's 1 tank here for Byun. Oh man, and Dream should be able to find a really nice position here with the siege tanks. All right, never mind. Byun has 2 tanks. That's going to help him out quite a bit. I don't know if it's enough, though. One of them isn't sieged. Oh, careful, Byun. Just kind of walks it in. Auto turret goes down. Vikings land. Dream is pushing forward, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is it. I think Dream is showing that Byun may be back. His TvZ may look top tier, but Dream, people have been wondering if Dream is one of the new top Terran, and I gotta say, I think he absolutely is. Taking a beautiful TvT here, and Byun losing his third base position. Couple of those Vikings getting a little over eager. So many SCVs going down, even if Byun's able to push this away. Dream's still in such a good spot, and actually Dream is gonna pull back of his own accord. Own accord. I said acorn, which is like acorn but pronounced wrong. But yeah, Byun's in such a tough spot now. He's down, what, 30 plus workers, or almost 30 workers. Listen, math is tough. He's down a lot of army supply. They both have 1-1. Neither of them started 2-2, so the upgrades are even. Byun just doesn't have anything going for him right now. Dream is in a fantastic position. We've got a 4th base finishing up. He's got a bunch of Marines in the main because there was a big doom drop in either, yeah, it was game 1. Big doom drop in game 1 from Byun, and Dream doesn't want to let that happen again. He says, this time I'm going to be fully ready for any medevac flying into my main base. Dream taking a nice position outside of his 4th base. I'm sure he'll get another sensor tower set up over here and a couple of turrets. This Marine hiding from the siege tank. I know there's something there, but I can't shoot over this thing. Depleted. Byun trying to take a 4th base, but it is so far behind, and his economy has just been so weak these last few minutes. I just don't see how Byun does it from here. He would have to take the most incredible TvT fight. Maybe if Dream accidentally just moved commands through Byun's army. That's not happening. Dream now up 50 supply over Byun. Looks like Byun's going to defend against this. His sensor tower helping him out quite a bit, but his fourth base has a few Marines hitting it. He's going to have to cancel that. I don't think he can hold on to it. Here's that Raven from Dream coming in handy. It's low on hit points, but still shutting down a tank, forcing the unsiege. Byun trying to figure out what to do here. No. Ooh. Dream not focused on it, so it lives with 59 hit points. Another set of Marines coming over to finish it off. The counterattack looks like it actually might be able to get some decent damage done here. Dream's going to have a tough time pushing down with 4 tanks on the low ground. CC under fire. Dream trying to hold on to this here. But Byun has too many Marines. He's going to be able to take that out. SCV's pulled off the line. Byun getting good damage on this side of the map. And while Dream has a massive army over here, Byun can just keep buying time for his Marines to get damage. 4 Marines left, though. Everything else is cleaned up, which means Dream will be able to retake his third base. 21 SCVs go down, and the worker count still in Dream's favor. His base forced to lift. Byun finally finishes 4th base up, so we'll be able to send his SCVs over there. And Dream trying to drop in the main base, but not really working all that well. Now the rest of Dream's army can come on over. He's got a whole bunch of it. He's still up 30 supply. We could see another big counterattack from Byun. Right now he's just trying to force tanks to siege and unsiege. Gets on top of one, gonna get on top of the second one. Byun is gonna start walking across the map for that counter. There's a planetary here, so Marines alone might not be enough, even with 2-2. Only a couple of tanks in the main. We could see Dream try to put pressure on there. Dream's going to try to hold this counterattack. SCV's coming off the line. He's got his stim Marines as well, but the Marines going down. The SCV's getting absolutely minced. These medevacs boosting home with nothing in them. All right, this is doing a lot of damage here. Killing even more workers. Dream finally plummeting down to 40 workers. Byun taking an economic lead for once in his life. A few tanks were left out here for Dream to try to hold on to that position. Byun gets cleaned up from the main. 3-3 is on the way for Dream and not for Byun. These tanks will get caught. Nice catch for Byun. And the army supply is pretty evened up. Byun takes a supply lead for the first time in the game. Is he really doing this? I thought for sure Byun was absolutely dead. That counterattack, I think maybe a little mishandled from Dream. Now Byun finds himself in a good position. Dream is struggling to get his tanks back around these rocks. A couple of them. Actually, this one pathing the wrong way. Looks like Dream will save it. And Byun was unsieged. Can Dream get on top of this in time? Big, massive concave of Marines is going to be enough to clear this off the map. Dream takes this position back, and while Byun was so close to a comeback there, he's dropped down. He's now 30 supply down from Dream. And Byun just needs to try to hold on here, but Dream splitting his army up a little bit, forcing all the units to the left side while he actually hits with his main force on the right. He's going to be able to take out this CC. The tanks siege up. He's going to get all the SCVs over here as well. The counterattack is coming, and Dream is once again not ready for it. Byun playing this like a Zerg player, man. Just constantly counterattacking when he knows he can't fight the army. But this time, Dream isn't turning around. He's just going to keep on pushing. 3-3 here for Byun. I don't think it's going to last too much longer. And again, a bunch of SCVs going down on both sides, down to 31 to 35 workers. But Dream will eventually clear this up. I don't see any way for Byun to clear this. His natural CC goes down. He's losing all of his workers down here. His E-base, his armories, all going down. And there's no defense down at this third base. So we could see Dream just send a few units over here to start working on that. Byun's got a lot of units in his main base, but no way to actually move down this ramp against 4 siege tanks. The Viking control going to Dream as well. Byun tried to drop some Marines down to the low ground, but he's forced to lift this base. He's got a handful of Marines back behind here. And while Dream's economy isn't great, it's twice as good as Byun's right now. And Dream finally, I think, is going to be able to seal the deal here. Byun waiting till the last minute. I mean, he's trying to be as tenacious as possible. He's actually clearing these tanks, but it's just not quite enough. His bases are dying, and GG gets called. Dream takes the 2-1 victory. A really very hard-fought series there. But Dream finally able to take it, and we'll move on to face Mono in the semifinals.